Hello, everyone, and welcome to the legendary channel. Today, we're going to talk about the topic, why do we exist? The topic is, why do we as human beings exist? The question that never goes away. That type of question will never go away. Because not everyone, but almost, or let me put it this way, the deep thinkers, these are the type of questions that always go through your mind as a deep thinker. Because every human being who has ever lived has shared one thing in common. Every human being who has ever lived has shared one thing in common. Because at some point, they stopped. At some point, they stopped. You see, they looked around. And asked the simple question. And asked just this one simple question. Why? Why am I here? Why does anything exist at all? Those are the questions. Why was I born into this family? Those are questions that go through every thinker's mind. Why was I born into this family? Why this country? Why am I born in South Africa? Why am I born in America? Why in this generation? Is there a purpose behind my existence? Is there a purpose behind my existence? Or am I simply the result of chance? Maybe I was just born by chance. Others call it by mistake. They say, when you were born by mistake, when they're trying to provoke somebody. Because these questions have echoed through human history for thousands of years. These are the type of questions that have echoed through human history for thousands and thousands of years. Kings have asked them. Philosophers have debated them. Sit back and think about it. Scientists have investigated them. Why do we exist? What's the purpose of my existence? And why am I breathing? And what's going on, man? Religious leaders have preached about it. Ordinary people have whispered them late at night when no one else was listening. Ordinary people, they've whispered these type of questions late at night when no one else was listening. These are the type of questions that go through people maybe who are going through depression or anxiety. Perhaps maybe you've asked them yourself, or maybe you've asked them too. Maybe after losing someone you loved, these are the questions that were going through your mind. After this person is gone, what's the purpose of me living? What's the purpose of me being here? Because the one I loved and trusted, the one I could trust is gone. Maybe after achieving something you thought would finally make you happy. Why do we exist? Why are we here? What are we doing here? What's the purpose of us being here? Or maybe while staring at the ceiling, at 2 o'clock in the morning, wondering whether life is supposed to feel like this. Think about it. Huh? Because here's the strange thing about being human. Here's the strange thing about being human. We don't just live. Nah. Me personally, I believe there's a purpose for each and every one on this planet. I believe each and every person who's born on this planet, you are born with a gift. We wonder why we live and no other creature, as far as we know, spends years questioning the meaning of its own existence. Huh? A bird wakes up and just flies. A bird just wakes up and flies. Doesn't question anything. Yeah? A lion just wakes up and hunts. Or do lions sleep? I don't know. I don't know everything. Wisdom comes when you understand that you'll never know everything. Well, a tree grows towards the sunlight. Huh? But human beings, we ask questions. As human, we ask questions. We want to know. We do research. We search. We doubt. Yeah? We imagine. Yeah? We dream. As human beings. We refuse to accept easy answers. And maybe, perhaps, that search itself tells us something about who we are. Have you ever thought about it? Think about your own life for a moment. Think about your own life for a moment. From the day you were born, people began telling you you should become. From the very first day you were born, people began telling you who you should become, what you should be. Yeah? Go to school. Get good grades. From the very first day, yeah? Get good grades, find a job, earn money. From the very first day you were born. Buy a house. Start a family. Yeah, buy a house, start a family, retire. Yeah. And maybe eventually die. It's deep, people. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from, but I know you get me. It's too deep. This is the question. This one question. Why do we exist? But somewhere along that path, a quiet voice inside asks, is that all? Somewhere inside of you, a quiet voice asks, is that all? Is that all we're here to do? Is that all we were meant to live for? Is life simply a checklist? Or is there something deeper beneath everything we do? Questions and questions and questions on questions. Eh? Many people spend their entire lives so busy surviving that they never stop long enough to ask why they are surviving in the first place. They never get a chance to sit down and get to think about that type of question. Hey, we wake up, we go to work, come home, sleep, and then the next day repeat the same thing, same routine, every day. Yeah? Day after day, year after year, doing the same thing. Yeah? Nah. Until one day we realize time has quietly slipped through our fingers. Sit back and you look back and you realize, man, time has quietly slipped through your fingers. What if the greatest tragedy isn't dying? What if? What if the greatest tragedy isn't, or the greatest tragedy is reaching the end of your life? Eh? Without ever discovering why you lived. Yo. Imagine, throughout history, humanity has searched and searched everywhere for answers. Throughout history, humanity's been looking for answers. Scientists, philosophers, they've been looking for answers. Some looked to religion, others turned to philosophy. Some trusted science. Others, they looked within themselves through meditation and reflection. Hey, you see, I'm rapping now. Each path offers pieces of the puzzle. Like literally, each path of our lives offers pieces of the puzzle. Each asks us to think more deeply about who we are. But none of them removes the responsibility from us. Because no matter what anyone else thinks or believes, you must still decide how you will live your own life. You must still decide how you will live your own life. You have to decide how you will live your own life. Every minute, every hour, you're making a decision, you're making a choice. Every move that you make is a decision, it's a choice. Maybe the question isn't only why do we exist? Maybe the deeper question is, what kind of a person will I become while I exist? Those are two very different questions. Two very different questions. What type of person will I become while I exist? Why do I exist? And what type of person will I become while I exist? One searches for an explanation. The other demands transformation. I'm rapping again. Can't help it, it's in the blood. And perhaps real wisdom begins when we stop. Real wisdom begins when we stop looking only for answers. And start allowing the questions themselves to change us. You get me? Because the truth is, you don't have to know the meaning of the universe to live a meaningful life. Nah. You don't have to know the meaning of the universe to live a meaningful life. But asking these type of questions changes you. They slow you down. These type of questions. They humble you. They remind you that life is more than deadlines and money and distractions and all this other worldly stuff. They remind you that you are alive, you're breathing. And being alive is one of the greatest mysteries we will ever encounter. Being alive. Because now there's more questions also. What happens once we pass on, once we die? More questions, but now we'll stick to this one for now. So before we continue this journey together, I want to leave you with just one question. Not a question for the comments. Not a question for your friends. A question only you can answer. Only you. This question is pointing at you. Only you can answer this question. If everything you have been taught about success disappeared tomorrow, everything you've been taught about success, if it disappeared tomorrow, who would you become? Who would you become? If everything you were told about success disappeared tomorrow, who would you become? Take a moment and think about that. Because the answer might be the beginning of discovering why you exist. So, in the next chapter, we'll explore one of the oldest debates in human history. In the next chapter, we can explore one of the oldest debates in human history. Are we here by chance, or were we created for a purpose? Were we created for a purpose? Are we here by chance, or were we created for a purpose? You understand? So I think we're gonna end this episode here, and I'm gonna leave you with that, with those questions. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a like there to show that you enjoyed the video or the info, or you learned something. And don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, you learned something today, please don't forget to subscribe, because there's more from where this came from. We're about to go deeper and deeper and deeper. You're going deep inside we go in, what do they call these things? A portal. Yeah, we're going deep inside the portal. Going deep inside the portal. And from that portal, we're going inside another portal. And from that other portal, we're going inside another portal. It's a never-ending search for answers and for the truth. But the whole purpose of all of this is to gain understanding and to grow mentally, spiritually. So I don't want to make this too long, people. We're going to end it right here. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, tell me what you think. And I'll see you on the next one.